Hi, everyone, and welcome to Sylvia episode talk. Now, cue the theme song. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sylvia's episode talk. On today's podcast, I am going to give you guys a little bit of a writing update, my future of writing, and what stories will still be continued on episode. So, to cover really quick, I started writing on episode in 2016, and I am still always going to be writing on episode as much as possible. But I have also written on some other platforms as well. I've written on Wattpad, which I have released some stories on there that are not on episode. But I also am in the process of writing a book, which I will eventually get to that more later on in my podcast. I've even done some collaborative work on episode with other authors as well. But today I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit of a story and something that I've kind of been keeping to myself for a while since being a writer for almost 4 years now. So on March 31st, I ended up waking up in my bed, and I was kind of feeling down. I wasn't quite myself, and I was just having a rough day. But then I received an email from a new up-and-coming app called Plop, which is actually a very interactive story platform as well. It's kind of like a mix of Hooked with episodes, visual kind of storytelling. So if you haven't checked it out, for sure go check the app Plop out. I will put it somewhere so you guys can access it. But they did approach me to write a story on for them. And at first I was kind of like, okay, is this a scam mail? Like, am I being punked? So I ended up reaching out to a few authors that I knew really well that have had other opportunities like this. And I asked more than one, and every single author I asked said no, they're 100% legit. Like, they're not pranking you. It's an actual app, and they gave me the Instagram account, and I actually did some looking into Plop, and I was actually kind of surprised that not a lot more people are reading on it, because like I said before, it's a mix of Hooked and episode, I find. So they did approach me to write a story on for them, and I was thinking about it, and for a long time I asked my twin sister about it, if she think I should do it, and I asked a few of my close friends as well if they think I should do it. And they were kind of leaving the decision up to me, which I don't mind making that choice. It's just a choice that does not come easy for me. And at first I was like, yes, I want to do it. I'm going to jump right into it. But I kind of stopped myself and really, really thought about it before making a choice. And I gave it about a month pretty well of thinking and decision making and just kind of going back and forth about it. And I even talked to some more authors that do actually write on the account. And one day inspiration hit me for a story that I know kind of wouldn't fit well on episode, but that I still kind of wanted to write. So I had it all planned out, and I sat and thought about the idea, thought about it back and forth, and I actually asked a few authors that do write on the account as well about the story, etc., etc. So I shared it, and I got them to read it, and they're like, "Want what? No, this would actually be perfect for the platform." So I was like, okay. I was really happy about that, and that they really enjoyed it. So I was like, "Want what? I will do this. I will write on this app." So I started writing on it, and I actually like how interesting it is, and that the portal is really different compared to episode, and that they have a bunch of different things you have access to, and they're very interactive with helping you and answering questions and everything like that. Like, before I even made this choice, I asked a lot of questions actually, and going very well through it, making sure that I was getting the appropriate answers and that it wasn't just them brushing me off. They were very interactive with the answers, and they're very interactive with helping you in any way that they can to make sure your story kind of stands out and that you have pretty much all the tools that you need. Or if you do need a tool, that they're willing to help you kind of find that, which I really like that about the app. I'm not saying that, like I said earlier in this podcast, I'm not leaving episode, but I am going to be writing a story on this app, which is going to be called, the story is going to be called Midnight Royal. And the reason I kind of picked that was because I thought about the idea for a while, and I threw even a bunch of different titles, and that's what I came up with, and I thought matched best with the story. So that will be my new series. Yes, I said series on Plop that I am very, very excited to announce about. I've been working on this story for a little while now, and once I had the inspiration strike for it, I went for it. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So the story is actually, I have 3 parts of the series planned as of right now. Because with Plop 2, if you're writing a series on their app, it has to be 6 chapters and within a certain word limit. I won't go into too much detail with all that. But it's really cool because it's like a text style app. So it's like you're texting with somebody and using sound effects and GIFs and anything like that. It was really cool. So I was really intrigued and interested with that factor. But for Midnight Royal, it is going to be fun. It is a drama story, which I'm not really much of a drama person. I don't like drama. I like staying out of it. So instead, I guess I'm writing about it, which is going to be really awesome. I am really excited for that. Now, Midnight Royal is about... So I'm really bad with giving about, but I will try my best to kind of tell you guys what Midnight Royal is going to be about. Well, the first part anyway. So Midnight Royal is about a princess who's always followed what her father says, even if she doesn't agree with it. She is pretty much like this obedient woman who just follows anything she's told. But that all changes when she meets a mysterious assassin one night that ends up holding a knife to her throat and pretty much says that she has to pay with her life for what her father's done. So after sparing her life, the princess pretty much discovers the truth about what's happening with her what happened in the kingdom's past, what happened with her people of the kingdom, and her father's darkest secrets. And will she remain the same person after she discovers them, or is she going to change and actually stand up for herself? So the series is pretty much going to be following around the main character, whose name is Margaret, and it pretty much will show her growth as the shy, very self-conscious about herself person, and how she transforms and changes over the course of the series, and what she discovers about with her father and everything like that. So this story is going to be out very, very soon, so I hope you guys for sure will check it out. With Plop as well, the first episode is 100% free to read. And the difference with Plop and episode is you get to read the first episode for free, and then after that, if you do like the story and want to support the author, you pay to read the rest of the chapters. Which I know a lot of people are like, but Sylvia, why do I want to pay to read chapters when I could just go on episode and read the whole episode story for free? Well, because one, know what? Episode added the feature with the gems where you can either help an episode author with the gems by having it in their story and doing that, and essentially you're paying the person that's writing it, which I know that makes totally no sense, but it does, because essentially you're paying episode to read the rest of that person's gem choice. Essentially, episode is a very well free interactive story platform, and I really love the visual storytelling of it. But that's the only difference between Plop. I think one of the only differences between Plop and episode really is episode you get to read the whole story on episode for free, with some options where you can choose to pay to unlock a choice that unlocks special features. Rather, with Plop, you read the first chapter for free, and then you pay to read the remainder of the chapters that the author has published. So with Plop, you only get to publish 6 chapters at a time for a story, which I actually find is cool because it keeps your readers intrigued. So it's like there's part 1, there's part 2, like it pretty much shows the character development, which I really like about the story. So I hope you guys really, really, honestly will check out the story on Plop, and you guys will support me on this kind of new track with my journey. I will reveal the covers very soon for the story, and I will let you guys know if you're following me on my social media when the story is going to come out. But until then, thank you for listening, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.